Legend tells of a thing that no matter how divided our world may get, no matter how much people hate each other for their opinions, there is one opinion they all agree on. This thing is horrible. This thing is rumored to be able to treat its consumers like an abused housewife, but yet, most still come back. No matter how egregious the action, no matter how badly the guild, or I guess league, who control it, fuck up and break its goodwill with the consumers, they always come back. I myself had heard these rumors and, following herd mentality, shamed people for trying this thing. But I myself am not infallible. I fell victim to this thing. It managed to lure me in with its alluring song, and like a parasite, it latched on and didn't let go. So, League. You've heard of it, don't lie to me. It's infamous. Very infamous. For, shall we say, certain reasons.
Just get cancer and die from it. That's all I wish for these profile cancer patients in game, of course.
Hit the Nexus, not the Vlad! What the actual fuck?
I was very apprehensive about trying the game because of, well, the very noxious malaise that the game comes with. I admit, I partook in the League hate bandwagon while not knowing much about the actual game because herd mentality's a bitch. But with a little pressure, it got me through the door, and, well, as you can see, I'm making a video, so I must like it to some extent. Fuck you. So a little background for all the uninformed. League is a MOBA, or multiplayer online battle arena. Now, up until getting into League, I hadn't had much experience with this genre. Closest I had gotten was Civ 6 and XCOM. I hadn't gotten into Hoi 4 yet, so I was basically a fish out of water. You can bet your ass, some buffoonery took place while I was learning how the fuck this game even works. But it turned out that I actually liked the game. Am I any good? God no. I spec'd all my skills in the FPS games up until this point. Playing this game has been a mind twister, that's for sure. League is an interesting case of a game that is fucking old. It still has players that started in 2009 when the game came out. Over the many years the game has been out, it has had many influences on the modern internet, whether it's YouTubers who used to make League content but left, so your video game donkeys or your brickies. League having basically pioneered the free online multiplayer game filled to the brim with microtransactions that we oh so commonly see nowadays. League's role in internet meme culture isn't to be understated. Key example being Tyler 1. Just Tyler 1. You see this fucker everywhere. As someone who's gone in very late, it's a very interesting experience, and I kinda wanna sparkle about it. So, if you'll allow me, let me just give a hopefully brief explanation of the core game loop. So, shall we? Hi. So for this we'll be focusing on the main game mode of League, Summoner's Rift. No disrespect to ARAM, it's just what I'm gonna do. Summoner's Rift, which I'll be using interchangeably with League from now on, is a 5v5 PvP mode with 5 roles that the players of each team will fill with their selected champion. Champion is just the name of the game's heroes/operators. The roles go as follows. The top laner, the mid laner, the ADC, the support, and the jungler. I shall give a summary of each, starting with the top laner, aka the front line, the isolationist, or that fucker that 1v5s your entire team because your top laner decided to play Tryndamere into fucking Teemo. But I digress. The top laner is, well, in the top lane. Their main wish is to be like North Korea, completely isolated, so they can hopefully beam their opponent and run a train through their lane to win the game. The usual top lane picks are made up of mostly melee champions of all classes, with just a few ranged sprinkled in, so you don't get too comfortable with happiness. I should say now, any champion can be played in any role, it's just if they are effective in that lane or role that dictates if they are normally played in. Just FYI. The mid laner, aka the team's AP damage, the goats, or the completely innocent lane that had nothing to do with the team losing. The mid laner is located in the mid lane. Really stressing my brain muscles thinking up that sentence. The mid laner's main goal is, well, to win lane, but also to support their team, mainly by helping the jungler secure objectives and sprinkling in the occasional roam to topple bot here and there. Mid lane is mainly made up of mages and assassins, hence the AP damage comment from earlier, though a lot of others have broken into the role and found success. The ADC, or bot laner, aka the attack damage carry, or the people with the fattest fucking egos I think I have ever seen. You'll never guess which lane the bot lane operate in. You'll never get. Other than winning lane, the ADC's main goal is to stay back, don't die, and do damage. That's the job. ADC is the most restrictive role in that only marksmen can really be played in it. Although, mages have been poking their face into the role, with their abilities able to match and even exceed the marksman range. The support, aka the utility, the cocksleeve, or the most underappreciated role in League. Sorry buddy, you ain't getting credit for your work. The support is unique in that it tags along with the ADC, although good supports tend to roam around in the downtime. The support's goal is to live up to the role's name and support the team, by helping the ADC with the laning phase, managing the team's vision control around the rift, and helping teamfights by either buffing allies or stunning enemies. Supports tend to fall under two archetypes, enchanters and engagers. Enchanters focus more on buffing allies, while engagers prioritize stunning enemies. Although, there are other supports who don't fall into either category. The jungler, aka the objective taker, the ganker, or the scapegoat. Listen, there was just something so perfect about the jungler that you can perfectly justify why you didn't lose the game, your jungler did. The jungler is the most unique role in the game. While the other four are assigned lanes, the jungler is assigned, well, the jungler, these areas in between the lanes. What's interesting is you don't technically have to fight your opposite. Your job is to farm your jungle, get objectives, which you are particularly adept at with your summoner spell Smite, and just generally roam around the map to look for ganks you can do to help put your laners ahead. Junglers are the most varied of all the roles in terms of champ selection, with a wide variety of all classes to pick from. And sure, while a lot of champions can't really jungle, I would be surprised if you run out of options. There's a lot. The overall goal of these roles, however, is simple really. Work together to push into the enemy base and destroy the Nexus. The mode itself is very simple, but what makes League complex is the player interactions in between the endpoints. And that's all I'll say about the basics of League. I could say more, but it would drag on, and I want to move on to sucking the game off. And, yeah. That's it. Let me be real for a bit. A problem I have writing this part of scripts in particular is, for me, I have a hard time actually putting to words why I find a game fun. Trust me, there are many times I wish I could just skip to be negative, and because of that, these sections are always the smallest, despite my usual admiration for a game. It's just easier to think up stuff that isn't purely positive. But I think I've got it here. It's just fun to outplay people using the tools you have available, especially if it was a hard thing to pull off. That is what gives me the most dopamine. That is the reason it's fun. But I perfectly understand why people start to lose interest in the game. When it's this old, you of course have people who have played for God knows how long, and eventually they start losing that spark. And that's natural. But for me at least, I haven't nearly gone to that state of fatigue with the game. Well, that was the answer to the question now, wasn't it? But to keep on the positive track a little longer, let's talk about some other nice things about the game. The champions are pretty well designed for the most part, with some exceptions. And hearing them talk is just a good way of keeping me a little more cheerful while I get bummed 16-1. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm a rookie 3D animator. The software can go suck my nuts. And this shit? Oh, this shit is like fucking crack to me. This was the first thing I gobbled up in an instant when I got into League, and good god. It feels as though that I am an explorer, and I just found out that there's another continent waiting to be plundered. And as that explorer, I get to see the natives in their natural habitat, with their behaviors on full display. I'd always heard about League's toxicity, and how the number 4 reactor on fucking Chernobyl wouldn't even hold a candle to the League player base. However, with me actually being in the environment and experiencing this toxic wave, what are my opinions on the issue? And you might be wondering why I'm covering this in the positive section. Well, it ain't the positive section no more. On the one hand, it's insane to me that people take this game so seriously, even in normal, not ranked, that they start fully losing their minds and flaming their teammates even if they are the one performing the worst on the scoreboard. In ranked, I can understand a bit of anger. You're meant to be taking the game seriously after all. But even then, it's still a fucking game! I'm not saying I'm perfect, by the way. I can tilt badly, and I mean badly.
Yeah, I know.
Top.
Fuck's sake!
Dead, got him.
Fuck!
What?
Hey!
But League hasn't gotten me to that level before. I've been annoyed, sure, but I keep that to myself because it's just a waste of time. Unless they said something first, then I can open the floodgates. But on the other hand, call me a sinner for what I'm about to say. I find a lot of the League toxicity amusing. It won't shock you to learn that I grew up on old school COD, so I'm a bit biased. But to perfectly explain why I find a lot of League's toxicity funny, well,
Yeah, nice.
let me tell you a story. League has had a ping system for a long time, and eventually they added a certain ping to the roster. This one, the bait ping. Now tell me, dear viewer, what does this look like to you? Most would answer a fishing hook, thus the bait ping, but not to League players. See, if you squint your eyes to the point of becoming Asian, you can maybe possibly see that the hook kinda maybe resembles a noose. And once people made that connection, well,
They're giving me the rope emoji. That's the rope emoji. Someone just give him the rope. They're all telling me to give him myself.
it was no longer the bait ping. It became the seppuku ping. Even after Riot had changed the design, the stigma had already been cemented, and it was still used to tell people to themselves. So, they removed it, and it's fucking hilarious. Overall, yeah, toxicity bad, but also to me, really funny. Now let's talk about the company, Riot Games. Oh boy, there are many positive things I can say about Riot Games. But there are double, if not triple, negative reasons I can list off the top of my head. Let's start with the most well-known problem. Their monetization ideas. I understand that Riot Games is a company and needs to make money. To me, that's fine. But I think there are many better options than fucking $250 and $500 skins. To give some perspective to the Yanks, I live in the great country of New God save the Kiwis! Zealand. And over here, our currency ain't exactly the greatest of all time. $500 US is about 830 New Zealand dollary dues. And since everyone on this lovely rock we call a planet ain't exactly having a great time right now, not many people have loads of disposable income to even buy regular skins, much less $700 ones. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't keep trying to remove or make worse the good monetization there is. League players are all familiar with the Hextech chest debacle. Basically, Riot tried to remove the one consistent source of free skins in the game, and they tried to put shitty free skins in the Battle Pass. In fact, they removed all progression except the Battle Pass. Did we not learn from Halo? But it backfired spectacularly. I really hope that people learn from this, that companies, in this case Riot, will cave under pressure from the masses. And that's just one thing I can go into detail about. So many other things, like their current champion design, focusing on putting out new champions instead of reworking some older champs who desperately need it, leading to champs like this piece of shit. However, as much as I want to remain negative about the game, I think that's enough for now. League is a good game. No cap or whatever the fuck they say nowadays. It's just a live service game this old is bound to have some horror stories.
I got ignited.
But trust me, League of Legends player base, it can get worse. Oh, it can get so much fucking worse. At the very least, Riot isn't pulling a Valve. CS2 is getting the Africa treatment with how starved for content that community is. But Riot didn't create Valorant though, so that's kind of unforgivable.
Look at this fairy kill you get. I'll give you an ooh.
Alright, bet.
Well, how are we doing today, lads? After God knows how long, I created something new instead of just sitting on my ass all day. And what do you know? It's about the game with a worse reputation than Epstein. But all jokes aside, genuinely, League is a fun game. It's just like most things in life, it has problems. Many, many problems. Honestly, of all games I've covered this far, it's probably the one I've wanted to create more content for the most. So let me know if you'd like to see that. Maybe I'll make another channel for it or something. Who knows? Before I go, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you want more of my stuff, there's a couple of other videos I'd recommend watching. Just please don't go too far back. Please. And if you can, please do the things with the buttons and comment to help me out. That'd be great. Adios, and enjoy the rest of the video and your day.
Yeah, buddy, I'm confident in these. Watch, I'm not gonna get hit by a single pie coke.
Oh,
Nice! I'm not gonna get hit by a single pie coke.
nice.
Get him, get him, get him. You got him, you got him, you got him. Oomba.
Bomber. Or, like here.
His Raptors are. I'm gonna hide right here.
As will I.
Give me my vision.
Nick Mana.
No. Ah! You got that. You got that.
Oh.
Oh wait, ults, right?
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Oh! You're not getting me.
This is kind of like we gonna look.
Oh, I'm by myself. Oh no! Oh no! I'm getting ganked. Oh no! Oh! Get him! What the fuck? Okay, let's say fifth.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun. You fucking riot shield. What else am I? Oh, riot shield. I'm a pussy that use riot shield. Oh, I.
Take this.
Oh. Fuck yeah.